I've lived plant-based for decades, but when I'm hungry and I'm tired and a cheese platter happens to be set in front of me, I still grab it. Our bodies will reach for what's easy when we haven't prepared for what's nourishing. And that's not weakness, that's just biology. Hi, I'm Lori with Kitchen Confessions, and we're here today to talk about all things plant-based and how sometimes you go off track with your plant-based goals. Nothing wrong with that, but there are ways to overcome with that. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So recently I had the chance to go on a 2-week vacation to Mexico, which I love Mexico. Love vacations too, right? What is there not to love about it? Now I'm pretty good at planning. I've been plant-based for a very long time. So I'm pretty good at the planning and research process, and handled everything going to Mexico. While we were there, I had enjoyed a ton of restaurants. And even picked up a variety of different foods along the way at different grocery stores and things. So my experience in Mexico was perfect. If you're a person that loves Mexico, you know how wonderful it is to escape the cold, rain, even some snow, right, and to disappear into 85-degree sunshine just when you need it most. So thoroughly enjoyed everything about it. But all good things must come to an end, and at the end of my vacation, had to make my way home. Normally, I go into it pretty prepared, but this happened to be a little bit longer journey than maybe what I'm used to. Haven't been on a trip like this in a while, in a couple of years, so had the typical layovers, delays, all the things that go with air travel today. But in this case, my bag was not properly stocked, and I hadn't done all the research that maybe I intended to do or that I do for other trips. I had done one thing right, and that was contact the airlines ahead of time and ordered a vegetarian meal to be delivered. But to my surprise, when it was placed on the table in front of me, it was a cheese platter with everything built around the cheese itself, a ton of cheese. And again, when you're not used to eating that kind of cheese, you know, you can be a little wary. I definitely was. But at the same time, me being starving and very tired and just ready to get home, all of that kind of overtook everything. Dove in and ate the entire cheese platter just to, push me to the next limit. All of this is to tell you that, again, from a confession angle, even someone who has been plant-based for over a decade now, we give in to our weaknesses. And no matter what intentions you go into all of this with, when you get hungry, it just takes over. It's something that happens whether you want it to or not. It's biological, and in a lot of cases, it's emotional too. Now, the biggest way that you can overcome this is by planning. And again, I'm a heavy planner, especially when I go out. I'm very conscious of what I eat, and I really do pay attention. And planning will help get you where you need to go. And for me, in a lot of cases, that means filling up a bag with snacks, with all kinds of things. Grab and go food that I can just kind of take out and eat along the way, snacks. A lot of different things that I know will get me through. I even do my research well on what restaurants are available at even airports. Definitely when I get to my final location, I know where I can go, what's near the hotel or Airbnb where we're staying, and how I can get there quickly. I do my research well, and in this case, I had done my research well. I had asked for a vegetarian meal on the plane, but what I didn't expect was this gigantic cheese platter to be placed in front of me. Again, the best laid plans, right? Everything goes wrong and will go wrong from time to time. But that doesn't stop me from, again, just accepting what happened. If you have a plant-based strategy, you just keep going. So you can keep everything stocked. You can bring, again, everything that works for you, whatever it is that keeps you satiated and satisfied. Create that grab and go food. even if it means shopping maybe a little bit ahead of time. Had I known I would have been presented that with that, I would have maybe had a few other options available to me. But because I had been looking forward to that, that I had actually had something and prepared what I thought would be, at least a halfway decent meal to get me to my next location. But all of that also comes down to a mindset shift, because what happened was not about failing. It was all about learning what my next step should be. And with that, again, what that taught me this time is maybe to have even more snacks available, um, just to take along with me so that I wouldn't have had to have eaten the entire plate, that I wouldn't have had to do that to feel full, and that I could get through the next few hours of my trip, of my journey. So this is all about realizing that where are your holdback? Where are, what prevents you from leading the life that you have planned, that you have as your goal for this year? Um, Little steps that you can take to help you stay on track. And when things go wrong, again, it's a mindset thing. It wasn't about failure, it was just about learning a new strategy for the next time. The next time, maybe I'll even ask ahead of time of what kind of plates that they do serve for their vegetarian meals. Or maybe it's even bypassing it altogether and making sure I have a good quality protein option in case something like that goes wrong. So always remember that plant-based is not about willpower. It's definitely about the preparation process. It's about awareness and giving yourself a variety of options before you need them. It's not about plant-based is not about the journey. Plant-based is not about the destination, it's about the journey. And if you remember that, everything will happen just perfectly.